Tamara's like a mean girl. She's a mean girl. Beautiful on the outside, mean girl. And I just don't want to be around it. And I see it in every single cast member of every single season. She goes after somebody else.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables.
I love my new intro. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to Turning the Tables. As always, rate, review, and follow Turning the Tables wherever you get your podcast. We have a special episode today. Another OG housewife recently started a podcast called My Friend, My Soulmate, My Podcast. Welcome, Vicki Gunvalson. And Christian Gray Snow. Hi, Vicki.
Hello. So it's Gunvalson with a V.
Okay, you know what? I was telling Pat, I've never had to really say your last name. So I
know it's hard
before. So tell me,
it's hard.
Gunvalson?
Well, Andy calls it Gunvalson, like you're chewing gum. But Gunvalson. It's
because I'm looking Gunvalson.
Hey, Trey, do you want to recut the intro?
Recut it?
It's hysterical.
Okay.
I think it's hilarious. Yeah.
Say it again. Let me say it again.
Vicky, no, you're good. You're good.
Vicki Gunvalson.
There you go.
There you go. Trey, move your camera a little bit.
What did I say?
You said it perfectly. Right now, you said it perfectly.
Move your camera a little bit so they can see you. So they can't see you now. Move your camera a little bit.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
And I think you're Giudice. Is that one too many DCs?
I don't care. Mine's Giudice. Mine's pretty easy.
I like that. Easy.
No, but a lot of people don't know how to say my name.
It's hard.
Like so. It's so crazy. Like it's Jew, Giu, and then Dice. Giudice.
Easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Mine's gun, like shooting a gun. Vol. S-O-N, like you have a son. Gunvalson.
Yes. Gunvalson. Yeah.
There we
go.
I
before I used to say, I never had to say your last name, so that's why it was my first time pronouncing it. So, but thank you.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you
too. Hi, Christian.
Hi. I want an OG sandwich. Look at this right now. Hello.
I know. Wait, Christian, like your real name is really Christian Gray?
My real name is really Christian Gray. My dad's
there's a movie, the Christian, 50 Shades of Grey, Christian Gray.
Listen, my name had no relevancy whatsoever until that book came out. And I was like in high school at the time working as a cashier at a grocery store. And all the middle-aged women would be like, oh, Christian, have you ever heard of Christian Gray? And then I would say, that's actually my name. And they would like squeal in my line, But yeah, my dad's middle name is Gray. My grandpa's middle name was Gray. So it's a family thing. Yeah, Christian Gray.
Yeah, and I'm sure both of you have watched that movie, right?
Yes.
I watched the first.
Louis and I watched that movie a lot in our bedroom. Yeah, we do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, we do. We watched that a lot. Yeah. And when we moved into our house, there was one room that we were gonna make that room, but we haven't gotten there yet. Yeah.
Well, he was too busy making your podcast room. That's why.
Yeah, and we have all the kids living here, so I don't think that's a good idea right now. Yeah. We have to wait till they move out. Yeah.
I love it. So I guess we're just gonna start talking. And I was thinking a great way to get started, because I was thinking about this over the weekend, and I was like, I know that obviously y'all have known each other for almost 20 years now, if you think about it,
Yep.
That's the thing. Yeah, like I've known of Vicki, she's known of me. We worked together. Yeah, we have. How many appearances do we do together?
Yeah, we did a couple of commercials together, or Bravo things we did together. I don't remember how many, but I've always had utmost respect for you. I think at BravoCon I was caught in that, like, who's the most overrated housewife, and I just want to get that on the table. It's not that I think you're overrated. It was just like, why are you still on and I'm not?
No,
it was more out of than anything else. So I want a full-blown apology. I'm sorry. I didn't mean you're overrated. You're good TV. So that's why Bravo keeps you. You're good TV. You stand true.
I guess, and then, I guess I have 4 daughters. My youngest is still 14. So I guess I have still more, I still have more play to put out there, Of
course,
like more story,
how they're going to be in your marriage and all that. And I have to say, a compliment Louis. He's always been so kind and nice to me. First time I met him, he asked me how Michael and Brianne were doing. I'm like, how do you know them? And, you know, he was just very respectful. And I loved that he takes initiative to, you know, go up to people that he doesn't know and just be kind. And I love that. So thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you for saying that, Vicki, because I'm not just saying that. I mean, first of all, what you see with me is what you get. I'm not fake. I mean, I think by now everybody could see that by me. You know, if anything, like people want to, you know, say anything, you know, obviously fake, like put lies out there. And I feel bad for Louis because he's had a bad rap with, you know, housewives on my cast that have put out lies out there about him. And
it's been a bumpy ride for him since he started, bless his heart.
And you know, and that's what's so sad. Like here, I thought people were my friends, like on my show.
Be happy for you.
Yeah, and happy, exactly, because I was so happy. And then the next 4 episodes, there's only 4 episodes left, including tonight. And so you're gonna see like I have receipts in black and white receipts that state all the facts, and it's so crazy. Like it's mind blowing. You know, you guys could talk about it. This is what I love, that you guys could talk about exactly what happened, because I can't talk about it until the season's over, obviously. So, but I come out with black and white facts, receipts. I definitely have receipts. Yeah,
and you know what? I believe it because you have a level of peace about you this season and confidence. You know, I feel like this is actually one of the easier seasons you've had, maybe the easiest season ever. Like, I feel like you're not constantly fighting. People aren't constantly coming for you because you're not letting them get, you know, really get.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't easy because we were going through a legal matter. That Louis' legal matter took 6 months, of course, because he's in the public eye now, being married to me. So a case that should have took maybe not even a week, a few days, it ended up taking 6 months.
Damn.
And it costed him a lot of money. Yes. Thanks to one of my cast members. Thanks to one of my cast members on my show. Yes.
When do y'all feel like the shows took a turn from, like, there's always obviously been drama, but like it's been when it's the you know, like thinking in advance and like trying to like fill people with information, you know, outside of the cameras, the people that, you know, that the viewers don't even know, so that they can come and impact their enemy on the show. Like, when do you both remember, like, when you felt things took a turn from being kind of just, we show up and we film, to like now there's nasty shit going on behind the scenes, you know?
When Tamara got on, because I was filming my reality, building my business, raising my kids, you know, being from the Midwest, relocating to California, and things were happening on the show that wouldn't happen in real life. And I thought we were filming a reality show, an inspirational reality show about our families and our lives and my struggles in my marriage, and then me divorcing, and all that's just real life stuff. And then you get people on the cast that think, oh, I got another contract, I got to do something to stir it up and not show my own reality. They weren't showing their own reality. They were just figuring out a way to hurt other cast members. And Teresa, I think that's what's been happening to you, is they're not filming their own reality. They're doing what they can to try to get another season.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's really sad. Because what season did Tamara come on?
Season 3. Start of 3. Yeah, I had 2 without her.
That's so crazy. That's when my family came on my show. And I say my show because it was my show. Like, it was.
I say my show too. We can say that.
My show, you know, that I was on with Jacqueline, Caroline, Dina, and Danielle. And then my family, you know, came on the show. Like,
it was your show.
My sister-in-law and my cousin Kathy. And Vicki, I was hanging out, like, my brother, I had no problem. Like, I had a relationship with my brother and his wife. They were coming over my house for Sunday dinner. Kathy and Richie, we used to hang out with them all the time. Like, all the time. Like, it was
And what's the relationship with you and Kathy? How are you guys related again?
Her mom and my father are brother and sister. So
okay. First
cousins. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you understand, me and Joe, we used to hang out with them all the time, like every weekend. And you see, that's why her kids have never come out and said anything bad about me, because they know I never did anything to hurt them at all. Like, you see, I've noticed too that I loved Victoria and Joey, like loved them. I remember when Victoria, they said that she had a tumor in her brain. I was pregnant with Gabrielle. I was hysterical, crying. I went to the I think it was New York Presbyterian Hospital, in New York, or I think it was, I think or Sloan Kettering. Anyway, a hospital in New York. I went there as soon as I found out. I was hysterical, crying. I was so upset for Victoria. I was like, she was like, I loved her.
You were there for the family. You were there.
Oh
for
my
the
God!
family.
I adored
You
them.
didn't know any other way. That's how I am. With
Yeah.
And
them.
so it's hard to fathom how things got from being the supportive family that you always thought you would be.
No, and this is what happened, guys. My father and his sister, over $200. They did not speak. Over
That's so sad.
$200. My father,
Your father and his sister, which is Kathy's mom.
yeah, like my father bought Kathy's mom's husband's shoe repair, and he bought it. So he's like, all right, here's your last payment. He was giving them $200 a week. And
a shoe repair company? You're saying a shoe
repair place, like a shoe.
Okay.
My father was a shoe
I thought
repair.
you meant like a shoe. Okay, got it.
No, a shoe. Like my father was in construction. Then my father, he didn't like that in wintertime. He was stuck home, like he couldn't work because so he learned another trade. So he learned how to become a shoemaker.
Love it.
Yeah, and they're hard to find now, but they're still around.
I love it.
My dad was the best shoemaker. He really was. He made your shoes. You brought his shoe. He made your shoes look brand new, like as when you bought them. Yeah,
I love that.
So anyway, he bought Kathy's father's shop, and so he said to us, here's your last payment, and it was $200, and then I guess my uncle was saying, no, you owe me one more payment. And my father's like, no, trust me, I'm very good with math. This is your last payment. And my dad was very good with math. So he was insisting. So my mother had to go to the bank, get all the statements,
the receipts,
all the receipts, all the checks that they paid, and show him. And my father was right. And that was his last payment. And they didn't talk after that for 6 years.
Oh, didn't that break your heart?
Yes, because you know what? Over $200, I would have been like, I don't know.
Here's the 200.
I would have been like, if I was his wife, I would have been like, oh, my brother gave it to me. I don't know, something. But you know what?
Just mend the bridge. Yeah.
Exactly. But now I guess maybe 200 back then was a lot of money. I don't know, whatever. But to me, so they didn't speak for 6 years. So when they made up, it was right before my sweet 16. They made up. They came to my sweet 16. My father invited them. Kathy and her brother came to my house. Told my father that my father ended up seeing his sister in the fish market that morning. She went home. She got upset. Her kids saw that she was upset because she saw her brother. Kathy and her brother came to my house on Christmas morning and said, my mom saw you at the fish market. She was really upset. And my father. They started crying. My father actually fainted because my father can't see people cry. So they revived him because my cousin, her brother Joe, was a dentist, so he knew how to revive him. And then right after that, then they made up. Like Kathy, they got my father.
But all those years lost. All those years lost for no reason.
Right.
It's so not worth it,
So when Kathy came back into my life, she came to my sweet 16, the whole family. I was just so happy that I had a cousin. Like I was so happy that I was like, oh my God, these are because I had 5 cousins, 2 girls, Kathy, Rosie, and 3 brothers. But really, I never saw the brothers because they were older. And then all my other cousins, my father had a brother in Italy and a brother and sister in Belgium. So
I didn't know that.
I had the only cousins I had were them. Those were my only cousins. And then my mother was a lonely child, so she had no siblings.
Right.
I'm an only child too. The worst. Worst.
Yeah. So I was so grateful to have Kathy in my life. I mean, there's a lot to do with that. Like she didn't ask me to be in her wedding, and I was really upset because I was her only cousin. She asked her friends, and after I didn't say anything. And I went to her wedding, with my boyfriend at the time and my family. And then afterwards, I said to her, I said, Kathy, I'm really upset that you didn't ask me to be a bridesmaid in your wedding because I'm your only girl cousin on your mom's side. And she, she said to me, and I said, now at the time, I'm like, you don't even talk to half the girls that were in your wedding, because they were her friends.
Right.
And she's like, you know what? You're right. I should have asked you to be in my wedding. But that was it. But I was like straight up with her. Like I said to her, it hurt my feelings that you didn't ask.
And then we move on.
Well, what was the status of your friendship or your relationship with Kathy when you found out she was joining the show?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm telling you the whole story, guys.
Okay.
So then I meet Joe, so I had that. Then I had a boyfriend.
Juicy Joe.
So I had a boyfriend I brought to her wedding. I broke up with that guy. Then I started dating Joe. When I get married to Joe, after we got married, after I started having children, I still always saw Kathy, but when we started hanging out a lot is when my kids were little, and then she had Joey and Victoria. So Gia would hang out with Joey and Victoria. So we were together, guys. Before I started the show, I would say, Gia was 7. Yeah, I would say I don't know, 3. Way before I started the show, 3 or 4 years before I started the show, I was with Kathy and Richie all the time. So
do you not talk to Kathy anymore? Get me up to speed because I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep up with everybody. Sorry.
So then I get a phone call, and I think it was Andy Cohen that called me, and said, the new housewives are going to be Kathy, your sister-in-law, and your cousin. I'm like, what? You understand, guys? My jaw dropped. I was like, I was just with them last week. Why didn't they tell me?
And they didn't tell you?
Swear to God, guys.
Oh, see, that's the messy part.
There's no reason for me to lie because it's been so many years. And I guess now they'll look stupid if they. Well, Kathy did admit it on Watch What. I think, as you guys saw, Kathy's on Watch What Happens Live on she's on Watch What Happens Live after our episode this Sunday.
Wow.
And I don't know if they said this, but Jennifer asked her, why didn't you ever tell Teresa? And she said, they told me not to.
I believe that.
But guys.
Wait, who told you? Who told her not to?
Yeah, the producers told her not to. But
they wanted to be a big shock to you.
Vicki, I don't know about you. I've had so many friends that have gotten in contact, producers contacted my friends.
Yes, of course.
The first phone call that they make after they get that phone call is to me.
You. Right. And me.
I don't know. Has that happened to you?
Of course. Yes. Yes.
So for
everybody wants to be on the Housewives. Every friend you've ever met. Yeah.
So Christian, and see, Vicki knows I've had so many girlfriends that as soon as a producer called them, the first person they call, if they know me, they call me. So my own cousin, my own family members, cousin and sister-in-law did not call me.
Yeah.
Until after they got casted.
I can believe production asking her to not tell you.
Too.
I don't agree with her going along with it. You know what I
mean? They want it to be the wow factor for you.
Of
they
course.
want it to be like, oh my God,
Yeah, but wow.
And then we are talking about
they're my family.
But also the wow factor was lost in the phone call. It was Andy told her on the phone. It's not like she was just filming and they walked in, mic'd up or anything. So
and it's like we're gonna start working together. So don't you think you should tell me?
You know what that actually was? That was them knowing that was going to cause a rift between you, so that when filming started, y'all would be there would already be tension.
Have you guys watched? Vicki, you probably haven't. Christian has.
I've watched a few.
All the things that they've said about me.
This season or all the seasons before, because it happens.
I'm talking about all the seasons.
Every confessional is about something Teresa related, and it's like, I honestly, I'm like, I don't know why they agreed to keep talking about it.
I'll get caught up, honey. I promise you, I'll get caught up.
No, Vicki, your head would do a 360 if you would
talking about your brother and his wife are constantly talking mean about you. So there's
and at the time, even for instance, Kathy, I could talk about her. She's not on the cast right now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times these producers push these people, these uneducated, unfamiliar with how casting works and filming works. They push them to say things that they wouldn't just think of by themselves. Possibly. I don't know, but
well, that's how they lost a family member. And, I guess money and fame was more important to them. A paycheck and being famous was more important to them than sticking with their blood, sticking with their family. But it's okay. And that's what I'm saying. They moved on.
they lost the paycheck, so it didn't work out too well for them.
Yeah. So Kathy and after I mean, if you watch the show, Vicki says it all.
I'm going to Italy next Friday and then on a cruise. I'm going to Rome and then on a cruise for a week. And my son decided to move to Barcelona, Spain. So I'm so excited to go back. That'll be my 4th time back to Rome.
Oh my God.
And Sicily and all that. So I'll be thinking of you. But I'm going to catch up on all the episodes is what I was saying.
Beautiful. Yeah. And then we can chat about it. And then your head would spin. I'm serious.
Because it breaks my heart. Family like you, family is everything to me. And if I wasn't speaking to one of my family members, I mean, I would have to fly there right now and figure out how to fix it. But being on a reality show and seeing it all playing out and how hurtful it's been,
and
I
Vicki,
can't even imagine.
This is another thing that you don't know about me. And I think God was with me. Are you into God?
Amen. Amen. Yeah.
Okay. No, because I think God was, since they came on the show season 3, I never watched the show because I couldn't watch it because I knew it was so toxic, and thank God I didn't, because Vicki, if I would have watched it, because I went back and watched it after my parents passed away, it's disgusting the things that they would say about me. Like, oh my God.
I didn't watch it either.
When she said that they moved away so your kids didn't have to go to school together.
Like,
they're cousins. That's vile to say on television.
Like, wait a minute. And look, now I live in the same development as they lived in.
Yeah.
And guys, I have to tell you another story. I looked at this house when we bought our house that you see on Real Housewives in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
After we bought the house with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I came to this house, guys. I've been dying to say this on my podcast. I came to this house, and then I started driving around Montville because this was not my neck of the woods. This was Joe's neck of the woods. So anyway, after we bought our house that you guys saw on the Real Housewives in New Jersey, I started driving around, and I came to this house, guys. They were building this house that I'm living in now, 20 years ago. And I
manifested it.
Wait, and I walked through this house, guys. I swear to God. And I was like, oh my God, I love this house.
That's
and I
crazy.
saw the pool. Like, it has a tube, with a rock. If you look at my story, you'll see what my backyard looks right now, because I was laying out today. And I'm looking at my backyard right now as we speak. Like, I'm just saying, guys, isn't it crazy how life works? I walked through this property 20 years ago, and now I'm living in it.
Vicki, tell her about the lady that bought your housewife's house that you lived in for years.
I don't know if you remember my big house that I sold, and I downsized and bought some other houses with it. But after I got divorced from Don, it was a big house. It was, 6,800
I remember the house.
2 acres, a lot. And I built the big
How
pool.
many square feet?
It was 6,800, 2 acres. In California, you don't get that. So it was.
Yeah.
It was
I know.
big.
California, it's crazy. Yeah.
So this lady, when I put the house for sale, I wanted a certain number and I didn't want to budge. I said, if I ever get this number, it's meant to be. I'll sell it. I don't want to sell it. I can afford it fine. But I wanted to, kind of diverse my assets into not just one big house. And I bought some houses in Puerto Vallarta and bought this house I'm in now and such. And so this lady came through, and my realtor told me to leave because I'm very emotional about selling my house. I didn't really want to sell it. And she opened up her wallet and she took a picture out of my contractor who built my backyard. He advertised in a community magazine, and she had torn it out, and she said, one day I want a backyard like this. And when she walked in my house, that was my house. It was her backyard, and they offered me full price. So I believe in that manifestation things. And, I put on paper what I wanted to do with that money and how I wanted to invest it and what I wanted to. I didn't need the big house anymore. I don't have my kids at home anymore. My grandkids live in Oklahoma. So for me, it was like smarter to downsize. I still miss my house, but when I heard that story, I'm like, that was meant to be. She had wanted this house for over 10 years and she didn't know where it was. It never gave the address.
It just saw it in a magazine. That's crazy.
Wow, that is
and she
amazing.
put it in her wallet. I know.
But I swear, guys, I've been wanting to tell that story. So
I love that. That's great. I know. That's great.
See, and that's why I want to get into our next thing, because I feel like y'all have a lot of similarities that you don't know.
Yeah, look at that, Christian.
I know.
So I listed some out. Okay, so here we go. obviously you both started your series. That's number one.
Wait,
You
it's so
both
crazy. Her troublemaker. No, I don't want to say it, but whatever.
She's a troublemaker. You can say it.
I mean, whatever. See,
She's a
Tamara,
troublemaker, but
her
she's not a
problem
relative.
started
but they all season 3.
And my
yes.
problem started season 3. Isn't it crazy?
But see, Teresa, for me, there's no love loss. I can't be around negative.
Oh, there's no
toxic
love lost
people.
with me either.
So,
Because if you
but
watch
it's your
the season,
brother.
But if
brother.
you watch the season, Vicki, your mouth will drop to the floor. Like that's the thing. Like there's no other. This guy's there to tell me there's no other show on TV that you see families fighting, right? There's no, right? Yeah. It's
not
only
to this level anyway.
Thank you. And that's embarrassing.
Teresa, I'm so sorry because you know what? Even though you say it doesn't bother you or it doesn't hurt you, it's family.
No,
it's just you and your brother. Your parents aren't with you anymore. You know,
Vicki, trust me, it has hurt me. But how much hurt can you go through? Like, I'm so past it. It's very toxic. So past it. And I got to worry about me and my husband and my children.
And your family.
And you know what? I'm glad, Vicki, none of this fighting happened while my parents were around.
I know. They would have broke their heart.
It would have totally broke their heart because they only had 2 children. And they always told us, always have each other's back. They always told us that. Yeah. And we did. We always did until season 3. Season 3.
About 3, right?
Yeah. Well, so you both started your series. Shit hit the fan in season 3 for both of you. Your kids have either moved away. Both of your kids, you have kids move out of state. Both of you. Both of you have had your parents pass while you were filming. You both went through that on camera and you shared that with viewers. Yes.
Oh, I remember, Vicki. I remember when you got that phone call.
My mom was perfectly healthy. My mom never had a day she was sick. She had gotten her hair done that morning, played bridge, got her nails done. I talked to her. She was totally healthy. Made dinner for my brother. He came over and she was deceased on the bed. And it was just, I just kept saying, wake her up, like fucking wake her up.
How old was she?
83.
Oh, God bless. My mom was 66.
Oh my God, my dad was 66. Your mom was 66 when she died? Oh my God.
And my dad was 76.
Wow.
Oh God.
My dad only lasted 3 years after my mom, and he moved in with me because he didn't want to go back home.
Broken heart. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean he pretty much died. I mean, he was happy to be with me and my girls, but he cried, Vicki, every single day for the first year. And he went to go see my mom at the mausoleum every single day. And when I took him on vacation with me, he would go to the mausoleum twice a day to make up the time that when I took him away on vacation. I swear to God.
That's love. That's love. That's love.
Yeah. Like The Notebook. I just watched that movie Notebook. I've never watched that before.
Notebook. I love that love. I'm a hopeless romantic. Yeah. I know. I love love.
Like because the Broadway show Notebook came out and Louis wanted to take me. And then everybody's like, well, you've watched the movie, right? I'm like, no, I've never watched the movie. So I watched the movie the other night. I was crying.
It's impossible to watch it and not cry. Let's see. You both have had decades-long friendships end on camera. Both of your kids have both sets of your kids have completely grown up on camera. You both started basically new chapters of life on camera, completely new, just completely turning a new page. You both have done plastic surgery on camera and been completely open and honest about it. There's that joke that Vicki had something done one day and she had barely healed and showed up for the first day of filming. Teresa got her bubbies done in season 1. Oh yeah, you were trying to hide your face with your bangs down.
This isn't working.
Wait, what did you have done, Vicki?
I had my nose and my chin done at one surgery because Slade thought I looked like Miss Piggy. So a doctor reached out to me and it's like, we're going to fix your nose. Come in and we'll show you a rendering. And I'm like, okay, but we're getting ready to film in 2 weeks. They're like, oh, you'll be healed by then. And they actually
that is crazy that they said
that. They actually moved filming up a week earlier to capitalize on my swelling. So there we go. Totally embarrassed, but I had to do it. So I did it. I was happy with it.
The fact you were such a ride or die for Bravo. Like that I know. They move up filming a week to show off your swollen face and you have to walk in there and pretend you don't know what's going on.
If she shouldn't have said anything, if she wouldn't have said anything, they probably
came over to had a pre-conversation as they always do and say, what's going on in your life? What happened to your face? I'm like, oh, just a little tweaking,
They're like, we'll be here tomorrow.
Camera's up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what they at.
Wait.
Yeah.
I love
Here
it.
I go again, looking like an asshole.
Well, you know what? When I got my boobies done, the cameras helped me to do it because I was so terrified. You know, and then that's what helped me to do it because, yeah, I don't know. It gave me the courage to do it because I was nervous to go underneath the knife.
I know.
Well,
I'm so nervous.
Speaking of doing things on camera, maybe it helped you. Some people were asking, what's the best thing you think you've gone through on camera? Not the worst, the best. When you look
Are you
back.
talking about plastic surgery?
Oh no, just life,
And
moments, something that's funny. That's something that you just remember when you think back. What's the best thing you've gone through? What were you proud to share?
I think my boobies, yeah, because like after I had them done, I was so happy and I felt so confident.
I was going to say your wedding. We're not talking about plastic surgery, are we?
There's so many things. I mean, I'm starting for because we're talking about boobies. My boobies, my kids' parties, the christenings,
the boobies.
Like
Teresa, you need merch that says bubbies. I just decided.
Yes. B-U-B-B-I-E.
Like, of course, my wedding. Like, I'm trying to think. I'm
wedding.
trying to think all the steps. You know, all the good things. You know, all the great.
How long have you and Louis been married now?
August 6th will be 2 years.
Wow.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah, we're going.
I relate a lot to you when I was dating Brooks, who I, full disclosure, left my husband for, and everybody hated him. And Don and I were separated. We didn't have a healthy marriage, but I met Brooks at an insurance conference and I thought he was the greatest thing ever. And obviously fast forward 5 years, he lied to me, stole money from me, faked cancer, all that stuff that happened to me. But when I was involved with him and madly in love with him, nobody liked him. And I was so defensive and so, you don't see what I see, and Shannon and I were out the other day. She said, of all the men that you've been with, not that many, but it was my husband and Don and then Brooks and Steve. And she said, Brooks loved you the most out of all the men. And I'm like, wow. That was hard for me to hear because I was thinking, what would have happened if I wasn't on a reality show? Would he have gone down that road of trying to get the people to like him? I don't know if he ever had cancer or not, but I didn't lie about it. He lied to me, I think. His parents said he had it, so I don't know, but I was always so defensive of him. And it's a tough place to be on a reality show when you think you're in love and you are in love with somebody and everybody else sees something different. That was really hard for me. I'm sure it was hard for you in the beginning.
Vicki, everybody that meets Louis loves Louis. He's a gentleman. I mean, Christian,
firsthand.
I love him.
Firsthand.
Yeah.
Firsthand. I have
Everyone
had nothing but good.
Yeah. I'm only defending on the show because that's it. But in real life, I don't have to defend to.
But it filtrates into your relationship. And because I was defending on the show all the time, but the people that knew Brooks and I at the time loved us. I mean, we had zero conflict except my daughter. Well, that was really important. She hated him. She's the most important person.
And see that when your children don't like the person you're with, I feel like it never works out then.
Right.
And my kids adore Louis. You know?
It was a bomb ready to go off anyway. But during that time, I was like, this is tough. If we weren't on a reality show, would it be as bad as it is? And, thank God Louis is strong enough to combat this and just love you more.
I really am lucky, and I really feel like my parents did send them to me. No, I swear, Vicki, I prayed to my parents. I'm like, Mom, Papa, send me a guy that's everything you wanted for me and more. And I swear, I met Louis 3 weeks later. Vicki, on the same street, I asked my parents.
Well, how did you meet him? I don't even know this.
Walking on Bay Boulevard.
So all listening right now, you got to manifest him, talk to your deceased parents, and walk.
I'm about to get out of here and go walk up and down the street the rest of the day.
Or if someone that you're close to that has passed away, they'll help you. They're your angel. Right. So so with me, it was I never believed in that, Vicki. Trust me. I never believed in. I never did because I never had anybody close to me pass away. Right. And I mean, as you were close to your parents, I was very close to my parents. I mean, you could see. I don't know if you watch the show, you'll see.
I knew you were. Yes, of course, I
adored my parents like so much, and like I used to always say to my mom, if you ever die, because I never thought my mother was ever going to die. I used to say, if you die,
my mom would die either.
Right. I'm going to die with you. My mother used to say to me, why would you say that? She's like, you need to go on. You have 4 daughters. You need to continue your life. And I don't know why. And look, to never in a million years to think that I would lose my mom at 66.
No, that's too young.
That's so
You
young.
know,
Yeah.
like, and it was over ammonia. She had pneumonia. The first time getting it, and it happened. It took 3 months. She got sick. Then she got sepsis. Then she got better. Then she had to go to a rehab. And then she had rheumatoid arthritis, and it was attacking her immune system. And then how she ended up passing again is, you don't even know. It's like my story. My dad got pneumonia. He was in the rehab with her. He got rushed to the hospital in the ambulance. Then my mother gets pneumonia the next day, and she gets rushed to, then she tells me to send her to another hospital. So isn't that crazy? And then my father, we didn't tell my father that my mother got rushed to the hospital because we were always worried about my father because he had our heart condition. So we didn't tell my father. Could you guys imagine? I had to tell my father, then my mother passed because then she got sepsis. So I had to tell my father that his wife died. Like that. Yeah. Like,
oh my God.
And then, he didn't get to say goodbye to her. So, but then he ended up saying goodbye. You know, he saw her. Like we didn't have a wake. We had a private wake, so my dad could say goodbye to her. You know.
Oh my God. No way.
Yeah, and that was it was crazy. Yeah.
But also too, like this is why, and I think that this will be a great way to transition into our next little episode over on mine and Vicki's podcast.
I know we could talk all day long.
We could talk all day.
I mean, this could be like a 2-hour episode.
It could.
Right? We have a lot to, we have a lot of similarities.
That's why y'all have lasted and you are so impactful on the franchises because you have shared everything from life, and like the whole thing is while you went through horrible things on camera, like losing your parents, there's somebody out there that felt seen and felt not alone, because they thought they were going through it at the same time. And that's kind of what reality TV is about. You share your experiences and just hope to God that one person resonates with it and just maybe learns a little something from it, And so I think that is why y'all stood the test of time and you're still part of the franchise and part of the Bravo family is because you're one of the few from the beginning who that was never the bullshit. It was just your honest truth, And
I want to ask Vicki, you don't talk to Tamara anymore?
No, my decision. She had posted something the other day. I've done nothing to Vicki. What it is who she is. This year, she didn't do anything to me. It's last year, it was to Heather. This year, it's Shannon. The year before, it's always somebody that she's going after. And nobody will ever go after her because they're afraid of her. I'm not afraid of her. Yeah. I don't want to be around people that hurt people. And that's my choice as a human. And I've forgiven her and moved on. And if I see her, I'll say hi and I'll keep walking. I don't want people in my life like that because she will turn on you. You could be fine and she will turn.
Oh, I mean, she said stuff about me and I'm like, I don't even know you, girl. Like, how am I?
She's but her only storyline, we call that a storyline, life is going after other people. Nobody ever goes after her. Nobody ever talks about why her daughter doesn't talk to her. Nobody ever talks about her relationships. That they don't because they don't want to go there with her.
And they know the wrath of her is going to come. If
stay back. Yes. I choose not to get involved in it, and that way I don't have to worry about it.
Like what was what did she do to you?
Nothing this year. It's what
was like what was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Watching how she treated Shannon this year. Horrible.
After Shannon's DUI, when she needed a friend, Vicki was the only friend she had, and it should have been Vicki and Tamara.
Show. We were having fun touring, but the way she treated Shannon and
you and Shannon are close.
We're fine. Yeah, we're close. We're good. But I don't like mean girls. I don't want to be around it.
No, I hate it. I agree.
Uncomfortable. And Tamara's like a mean girl. She's a mean girl. Beautiful on the outside, mean girl. And I just don't want to be around it. And I see it in every single cast member of every single season. She goes after somebody else.
It's like
clockwork. So it wasn't one person. It's like God spoke to me and said, you don't need that in your life. You get too close to her again, something will happen. And so now I don't want to be around it.
No, that's
easier.
Good. Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, listen,
And it is. You got to learn when to
Sometimes you
protect
gotta
yourself.
remove yourself. Exactly.
Yep.
Like, who wants to be around
I don't
that,
need it.
you
I
know?
don't need
Yep.
it. I don't need it.
And
She needs all that drama to keep her storyline
Exactly.
and keep her contract. I don't need it. I'm good.
And she
And
also
then
I think she personally enjoys it. I
Mhm.
think she actually does get something out of it, and then to also get paid for it on top of that, it's like that's why she does what she
Teresa,
does.
I really think, as demented as this sound, she plots out a season who she will go after. I don't think it's just by chance. I think she literally plots out, I'm gonna go after Heather this year. I'm gonna go after Jen this year. I'm gonna go after, and then she just follows through to her plan. It's like she's scripted her own
Yeah,
reality.
but and that's and then what does she go after Heather for?
Last year it was she was horrible to Heather.
Yeah.
Last season.
I don't even remember what it was for. It was out of
And I
nowhere.
was in Cancun. I said, "What are you fighting about?" And she's like,
And-
"You don't know." And I'm like, "Stop it."
And does Heather speak to her now?
Oh yeah, they're buzzy wuzzy.
They had a little premiere party thing I
They're
saw on
buzzy wuzzy.
Instagram.
I don't
Mhm.
get that. I
Yeah.
don't get that.
Me either.
But Heather
Yeah.
said it's easier to be close to her than not.
Yeah,
Please.
see, I'd rather be.
Heather doesn't
I'm
need.
only close
Heather
to
doesn't
someone
need
if they
Tamara.
deserve my friendship. I'm not going to.
Why do you want friends like that?
If I'm afraid of someone.
I like
It's-
low maintenance friendships. Friendships where you
listen to
just
me,
get
they're
along,
not
you trust
friends.
each other, and that's
They're
it.
not friends. They're cast members. They
That's
work together.
exactly.
That's
And
it.
that's what happens.
I can
That's
see
why
right through this
people-
bullshit.
Right. Sometimes
Mhm.
people are afraid of other cast members. Like, I'm not afraid of
Mhm.
no one. So it's like, but other
I've been
people-
afraid of some of the people in the past because I want to keep peasy weasy and all that, but I'm not afraid anymore. I don't need the show. The show needs me. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to all of a sudden wake up one day and say, I'm going to be friends with Tamara because she's on the show and I'm not. No, 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 no. That will never happen. When they get their head out of their ass, bravo, hello, they will realize there's so much more than fighting to keep shows going good.
Yeah. You
I've
know,
got a million storylines, a million things going on in my reality life. I'm building 2 condos in Puerto Vallarta. Like, there's a lot going on, and they're eliminating this reality life to go film conflict and fighting, and I can't stand it. I hate it.
yeah, I'm all about women empowerment and lifting each other up. And
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
it's a
not,
tough world
not
out there.
tearing each other down. It's like,
no.
Well, I
Good.
think I think that's a good teaser to go out on, and it's Jersey weekend. This weekend we had a bye week last week. I missed watching y'all, so I'm excited.
there's 3 episodes left.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
buckle up. And speaking of buckling up, a little family van is rolling up and taking us on over to my friend, my soulmate, my podcast, which is mine and Vicki's show, also with Hurrdat Media.
Yes.
We love our Hurrdat family. So now what we're going to do is do a whole other chat over on our podcast. So if you're listening to this,
Okay.
join me and the OGs and head on over to my friend, my soulmate, my podcast for double the fun. Thank you.
Love that.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables. I'm turning a new page, new day. Good vibes. Who